Is it sun bright or out on my core? This is the moment you're meant to know.
Well, hello there, sunflowers, and how are you guys today? Well, I hope you're doing as good as JLo, because please tell me, guys, JLo's name has just not, she finds a way to keep herself in the news. I'm not going to lie with you guys. She really does. Any sort of way, sort, or fashion, she is in the news for one thing or another, for this or for that. So, yet again, why are we here to talk about JLo? Well, there is two things apparently. One, she had just recently did a concert or a performance. I heard she's getting ready to go on tour. Really, JLo, girl, seriously? You're still going on tour? Were you not embarrassed from your last tour that you did that I heard reportedly was not selling out too good? So I digress from that one. I guess JLo hasn't learned her lesson. But here's the thing. She was performing. That's exactly why I was trying to go a little bit like a yellowish green, because that's what the color was giving me. She was performing on the stage, and you can say it was literally staged, but pun intended. You can say that it was on purpose, or the fact that her dress, her skirt had fallen off, but just by the way she posed as soon as it fell off, it was so theatrical. It was so theatrical. It was like when you know how in the old time movies where they just have something where it's snatches the skirt off and then they're just like that's exactly what she gave me. And she did a little with it. I was like, girl, you posed for that. You was like, look at all this body. That's exactly what it gave me. And then she continued to dance around. It's not like she did a Beyonce where she went back and tried to pull it back up. It was like, whoo, y'all wasn't meant to see all that. No, J-Lo kept it going, kept performing. You guys could say that it was professional. That is professionalism in that sense. Like they say, the show must go on. If you have a wardrobe malfunction, just keep going. But as I know, 8 times out of 10, people that have wardrobe malfunctions, usually something is being revealed. There was nothing really revealed here. So for that, I'm just looking at the fact, was she trying to mimic Beyonce? Anyway, it could have been a true accident. I get it, things happen on stage, but you guys tell me how you feel about it and how you feel about J-Lo. But my opinions aside from all that, getting back to the facts and what's going on. So at that performance, her skirt had fell off. So that's one thing that has happened to J-Lo in recent news. But in somewhat recent news, or it's resurfacing and people are talking about it, is the fact that maybe Jennifer Lopez might have a new boo thing named Lewis Hamilton, who's from F1, which now I feel like I need to watch this movie to see what this F1 racetrack movie is all about. But Lewis Hamilton is reportedly known as one of the fastest out there. So he's well known. He is famous. So why would JLo not be attracted to him? He is attractive, and they did take photos together. And even more importantly, it is stated out there that he has tried to shoot his shot at JLo. And I got the exact quote right here, according to a source, about what he said to JLo. And you guys tell me if this seemed like him trying to, I get it. They say when you're trying to flirt, you gotta keep it subtle, keep it cute, keep it I guess reading between the lines, because he was trying to keep it respectful. But he had said that JLo was just adding a little bit of sparkle to the racetrack of her pink jumpsuit. And I was like, okay, saying that she looking good, okay. And they even took a picture together with each other. And he was even like, you could tell me, does JLo look like she's uncomfortable? He's like on her. And she's all like, like, does she look uncomfortable to you guys? That could just be me and the way they come off in body language. I don't know. I'm not a body analyst specialist, so I'm not quite sure. But apparently, some fans out there think that maybe this could be a PR relationship, something that could help save J-Lo's image after her divorce with Ben Affleck. And after her wreckage of You, oh no, I haven't forgotten that one. I haven't forgotten that ballad. So, it's just not been a very winning streak. I've said it in the last video and I'll say it again. 2025 hasn't been the year for Jennifer Lopez. So anything to try to make it her year. We're halfway through the year. We're in the 7th month, getting ready to go on to the 8th month. It's time to end the year off of a bang, so they say. So, maybe she could be trying to revive her love life. But let's just pull some cards to see if Jennifer Lopez and Lewis Hamilton is in a secret relationship, or just see if she is dating, period. All right. Let's go. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. I think that's everything in the news about JLo recently. Yeah. She's just doing music still. She's just doing music, which is great to see. She's still doing she still feels confident within her music career to continue doing tours. So I'm glad to know that there are fans out there that still support J-Lo no matter what the ups and downs that they go through. She goes through, but just any celebrity in general, that's what you call your day ones, or like your true diehard fans that will stick it out with you till the end. Stick it out with you till the end. I can't think of what song that is. So let's just see for J-Lo. Oh, I like that. Ace of Wands for her love life. Wands are very passionate, and Ace of Wands is the start of a new beginning. Now, since this is specifically talking about her love life, I do see that there is a brighter days. It's looking optimistic and positive for her love life. Let's see if that means she has a man in her life. At the bottom, we have the Seven of Wands. In the past, we have the Hangman, which is very fitting for J-Lo. At the very top of her head, we have the Three of Pentacles. Ooh, okay, I think so. And then the Three of Cups. Oh, I like this. There could possibly be a person in her love life. But before I get ahead of myself and into the future, let's just look at what's going on with her at this very moment. Actually, before we see what's going on with her in this very moment, we need to go back into the past, because that's where the story gets juicy and where it gets started. So we have the Hangman in her past, which is usually a symbolizing of a timeout. Now, I have heard that J-Lo hasn't been doing her typical rebound behavior where she goes from relationship to relationship. And even she has made some reflection about that on her own self of her album, This Is Me Now. So she knows that her relationship to love, she needs to work out, and she is working it out even after Ben Affleck. I guess I really have to say it. The Wreckage of You is based on a true story. She wrote that from her soul, from this hangman position where she felt like she had to take some time, really regather, recuperate herself before she jumps back into the dating scene in her love life. Figure out, why did this relationship not work out with me and Ben Affleck? Why is it that we thought we had this grand love, this great story, and we was going to be together happily ever after, like a fairy tale love story, something that she has always dreamt about? And figure out, how could she not continue making those mistakes and continue to hurt her heart? Because I'm sure she's going to have to be getting tired of all these heartbreaks. So instead of continuing her old patterns, to start a new pattern. And because the Hangman represents a 12, that is a 3. And I see 333 here. The Hangman, the Three of Pentacles, and the Three of Cups. right here, all surrounding the Ace of Wands, and right down here at the very bottom is the Seven of Wands, which is a very great card to have at your foundation, which symbolizes, actually, hold up. They're both wands cards, but just look at how this wand is on fire and is standing center and is basically pushing out all negative forces and all negative energy or thoughts or things that could be like holding her back. That's what the Seven of Wands is symbolizing. And then right above that, we have the Ace of Wands. So that flame that is standing strong and center is this Ace of Wands, is JLo. It is JLo pushing out all the things that do not serve her, all patterns that do not serve her, since we're starting off with the Ace in her present moment, starting a new cycle, doing something different, out with the old and with the new, for real, a New Year's resolution, if you want to think about it like that, where you like seriously take it serious and it actually changes your life forever and for the better and for the future. I see here's what the Ace of Wands is symbolizing. And because she has taken the time out as the Hermit to process her emotions, her thoughts, even her shadow self, she has now been able to push through all the energy, push through all the thoughts, push through all the pushbacks, and come out on top, reigning and still having a sense of love and drive and passion to be in a relationship and to be a committed wife, even probably still. But, and why do I say that? Because we have right here above her head is the Three of Pentacles, which symbolizes a contract. So she is still willing to get committed to somebody once she gets centered within herself, and once she understands to maybe not get herself lost in a relationship, to get lost in love, allow love to consume her and get her off of her track or off of her game. She is learning to maneuver those two factors. So actually, no, I don't think her and Lewis Hamilton is dating. I don't see any cards in here that A symbolizes a court card, symbolize another person. But I do see here in the future is the Three of Cups, which symbolizes a celebration, a coming together, a enjoying a person's company, which is great to see in the future for JLo, in the sense that she could be finding somebody in the near future. Maybe she has met somebody right now that is new and fresh, and that could be Lewis. And they are in the near future, that spark frame kindle that is now is going to grow into something joyous that they're both going to rejoice in. Or it could be that she is still trying to figure out, or it could be that she's still trying to weed out Mr. Wrong until she gets to Mr. Right in the near future. But in the meantime, I do see that she is enjoying her love life and enjoying it for what it is, and not losing sight and focus. Like, if we don't align and we don't match, then I know not to invest in as much as I should, as I would love to. I should dial it back and get back and focus centered on myself, because we clearly don't align. But if she still happens to meet somebody that she aligns with, cool, great, let's get married. We're on the same page. You got me, I got you, and it's us to the end, baby. So that's what she's looking for. How would you describe that kind of dating? Because it's not non-committal, but it's kind of non-committal, if you get what I'm saying. Or is that just like the new way people date these days, where you just like date around until you just like find the one? Please enlighten me. But that's always been JLo's approach. And if she wants to do something different, then maybe not going into the dating scene and scanning who she dates and invest her time with will help her in the long run improve her love life and dating game. So with that, let's just see an outcome card for her love life. This was actually a really great reading for JLo. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I really enjoyed this. This was good to see. Good to see some improvement. Honestly, I love that. Now we just gotta see it translate to real life. I really do hope that she finds the love of her life for real. And maybe Ben was that person. You know how sometimes they say you get to that you're just like one person away. Like you thought you had just gotten it, and maybe that next person you meet is gonna be the one. And if not him, then the next one after that person. You know how it is. And then you don't want to cycle down into that spiral. But sometimes it's like that. Like they say, you gotta kiss a million frogs until you get to the right one. But still, maybe she is about to come to Mr. Right, her forever ever, maybe her soulmate. And Ben was just a taste of what that could be like. But she wasn't fully processed and healed within herself. So it wasn't there to last, but there to catapult her in a particular direction to lead her to the man that she is looking for. So let's just pull an outcome card now. I love that card, a cockroach. And that's not in the negative sense. Cockroaches are resilient, which is exactly what JLo is doing with her love life. She is still trucking and going. And honestly, kudos to you, girl. Congratulations on not giving up yet again. And she's in survival, yet she finds this time challenging because maybe she could be feeling that sense of, should I give up, that I'm going to find the love of my life. She could be in that survival mode, like it's like in that fight or flight, and she's just trying to figure out, what should I do? Should I do this? Should I do that? Should I keep doing the same old pattern? Should I break the pattern? So it's all those things that are keeping her going. However, the best part is the power to overcome adversities. So with that, and thrive despite the circumstances. I will say it again. Wreckage of you based on a true story. She meant that from her soul, okay? And the next card is work. Well, she's going to have to continue working on her love life and working on herself. I'm not sure if that means she's going to have to find some more self-love, and or if she's going to put all her time into work in her career in the meantime until she gets into that relationship or find that person. But I think I actually said that earlier, where she's just going to be focusing on her career at this moment, and there's nothing wrong with that. Keep going on that music career, J-Lo, for real, I'm not even kidding. So because of that, she's laboring in her love department, but she's also going to labor physically in her job, in her work or career. And that's because she wants to. That's where she's going to be focusing her attention. Instead of giving, like I said earlier, instead of giving all of her love and attention and energy into her relationship and a love life, put it into her career, her music, and her aspirations for her future until she finally gets what fulfills her. But fulfill herself first. What fulfills her should be first and foremost, and that's her career. But she gets a little sidetracked and love gets put before work, but that's okay. Get back on track. That's all that matters. You know, that cockroach, be resilient. You fall, you get back up. You lose yourself, you find yourself. Lost and found. Light and shadow work, all those things mixed in between that JLo had to go through. So with that, I think I would just leave it right there, honestly, for the outcome with her love life. I did touch into her career a little bit there, but honestly, work pop out. I had to bring in work somehow. She is out there touring after all, and are beginning to start touring yet again. So, with that being said, did she release an album with Wreckage of You, or was just that a one-off ballad? Please let me know what's going on in JLo's music career as well, because now I'm invested. So with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this reading on JLo and her love life. It honestly is looking good, is looking positive, looking like she did a little bit of inner work and actually learned from Ben Affleck in that marriage of hers. So with that being said, and for the sake of her and Lewis Hamilton, if they are dating, they are enjoying each other's company. Is he the one? Does not look like it. I do not see anything that symbolizes a commitment or getting married or like lovers just like oozing, gushing with emotions. Actually, the only cup I see is the Three of Cups out of mostly fire energy, so it's just passion. Maybe it can even be a little bit hot and sexual. But hey, I'm not here to talk about her sex life either. So I'm just here to talk about her love life and keep it surface level and see if she's interested, dating, has any potential suitors, jumping from bed to bed, man to man, just curious what's going on with her love life. And it actually seems like she has put that in a halt and has tried something different. Like they say, the rabbit found a new bag of tricks. Did I say that phrase right? So that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. I sure did. Please give this video a thumbs up if you haven't already. It would really mean a lot to the channel. We would really appreciate it. Please and thank you. But more importantly, please subscribe if you haven't subscribed. If you enjoy this kind of content, subscribe and share this with people that would like this content as well. Whether it's about J-Lo, whether it's about love lives, whether it's about celebrities, whether it's about news about the world, about what's going on around us, whether that's keeping you up and abreast about what's going on in American territory and soil, whatever, whether that's letting you know what's going on in the stars occasionally with astrology and just what's coming from the spiritual realm to the physical realm, the transition as above, so below, all those kinds of stuff. You can find that kind of content on our channel. So with that being said, and if you enjoy looking at celebrities' lives from a spiritual aspect, or just looking at it from like a perspective of trying to get to understand them a little bit more and not just being nosy or trying to get down, well, we are trying to get down to an answer, but just sniffing into their lives, just to sniff into it, but with purposeful meaning, and just trying to understand their mechanisms of how they function and work. Please subscribe for that kind of content, and share that if anybody that's into that too. And now I've run it all down. Like, comment, subscribe, share, become a sunflower, and I will see you guys in the next one. Sunflowers.